Utah claims to have the greatest snow on Earth, but they forgot to mention it comes with the greatest prices on Earth too. While everyone thinks Aspen and Vail are expensive, Utah's ski resorts have quietly become some of the most overpriced mountains in America. Where a day pass costs more than most people's rent, and the hot chocolate requires a second mortgage. We're ranking all 12 major Utah ski resorts, from worst to best value. And what you're about to discover will make you question everything you thought you knew about affordable skiing. Subscribe now, because this might save you from bankruptcy on the slopes. Deer Valley doesn't just ban snowboarders, it bans anyone who thinks skiing should be accessible to regular humans. This Park City resort charges premium prices for the privilege of skiing on groomed runs that feel more like a country club than a mountain. The base lodge looks like a luxury hotel lobby, complete with ski valets who'll carry your equipment because apparently wealthy people have forgotten how to hold their own skis. The on-mountain dining features, white tablecloth service, where a bowl of chili costs more than most people spend on groceries, and the wine list includes bottles that cost more than season passes at other resorts. Royal Street Cafe serves turkey chili that's become legendary among people who think paying restaurant prices for cafeteria food is reasonable. The Montage, Deer Valley offers slopeside luxury for people who need their ski vacation to include spa treatments and personal shopping services. I took my family there once, posted one skier on Reddit, spent $800 on lift tickets and lunch for 4 people. The kids were afraid to fall because they thought they'd get in trouble for messing up the perfect grooming. The skiing is undeniably excellent. Perfectly groomed runs, minimal crowds, and white glove service that makes you feel like royalty. Just remember that royalty is expensive, and Deer Valley has perfected the art of making you pay for the crown. The lodge will even warm your ski boots while you lunch, so you literally step back into heated comfort. That is top 1%. The resort attracts people who think exclusivity equals quality and don't mind paying premium prices to avoid the masses. If you need to ask about prices, you probably can't afford to ski there. Park City Mountain Resort represents everything wrong with corporate ski ownership: massive crowds, premium prices, and the soul-crushing efficiency of a Walmart that happens to be on a Mountain Vale Resorts. Bought this place and immediately made it feel like skiing through a spreadsheet. The resort spans multiple mountains and base areas, creating a sprawling complex where you'll spend more time riding shuttles than skiing. Powder Main Street in Park City features boutique shops and restaurants that cater to tourists who think paying double for everything is part of the authentic mountain experience. Parking requires reservations and costs extra because apparently owning the mountain isn't enough. They need to monetize every square foot of asphalt too. The base lodges feel like airport terminals, complete with long lines, overpriced food courts, and the general atmosphere of people who'd rather be anywhere else. "It's like skiing at Disney World," complained one local. "Everything is perfectly organized, ridiculously expensive, and completely devoid of character. The mountain is huge, but good luck finding any soul left on it. The terrain is legitimately massive and varied, offering everything from beginner slopes to expert chutes. The problem isn't the skiing, it's everything else. You're paying premium prices for a corporate experience that treats skiing like a commodity rather than a passion." The resort works for people who prioritize convenience over authenticity and don't mind paying extra for the privilege of skiing at America's largest resort by marketing claims. Alta has built its reputation on having the best snow in Utah, then used that reputation to justify prices that exclude most of the people who would appreciate that snow the most. This little Cottonwood Canyon resort attracts powder purists who think paying premium prices proves their skiing credentials. The Albion Base Lodge feels like a 1970s ski lodge that's been preserved in amber, complete with cafeteria-style dining and prices that reflect modern inflation applied to vintage charm. Alf's restaurant serves basic mountain food at prices that would make airport vendors blush, while the outdoor deck provides stunning views for people who can afford to sit still long enough to enjoy them. The ski-only policy creates an exclusive atmosphere that powder snobs love, and everyone else finds pretentious. The terrain is legitimately challenging, with steep chutes and deep powder that require actual skiing skills rather than just expensive equipment. Collins Grill at Mid-Mountain offers fine dining for people who think skiing should include multiple course meals between runs. The Watson Shelter provides warming huts that feel more like exclusive clubs than public facilities. Alta is where skiing purists go to feel superior about their sport, observed one snowboarder who obviously can't ski there. The snow is incredible, but the attitude is insufferable. They've turned powder skiing into a luxury product. The resort attracts serious skiers who appreciate technical terrain and deep snow, assuming they can afford the entry fee to Utah's most exclusive ski experience. The skiing is world-class, but the elitism is exhausting. Snowbird charges premium prices for the privilege of skiing terrain that most people can't handle, creating a unique situation where you pay extra to feel inadequate. This little Cottonwood Canyon resort attracts expert skiers who think suffering through difficult conditions proves their worthiness. The aerial tram provides iconic access to the summit, assuming you enjoy waiting in line with people who think discussing avalanche conditions counts as casual conversation. The Cliff Lodge dominates the base area like a concrete monument to 1970s architecture, offering slopeside accommodations for people who want to wake up to views of terrain they're afraid to ski. The Airy restaurant sits atop the Cliff Lodge, providing fine dining with panoramic views for people who need their awe-praise ski experience. To include white tablecloth service, mid-mountain dining includes multiple options, but they all cater to people who think paying restaurant prices for mountain food is reasonable. Mineral Basin offers backcountry-style terrain within the resort boundary, attracting advanced skiers who want to feel adventurous without actually leaving the groomed safety net. The terrain is legitimately challenging with steep chutes, cliff bands, and conditions that change faster than most people can adapt. Snowbird is where good skiers go to become humbled skiers, explained one instructor. The mountain doesn't care about your ego or your equipment budget. It's pure, difficult, and expensive, kind of like therapy for people who think they're better than they are. The resort works for expert skiers who appreciate technical challenges and don't mind paying premium prices for the privilege of getting their asses kicked by a mountain. Solitude markets itself as the peaceful alternative to crowded resorts, then charges premium prices for the privilege of skiing alone. This big Cottonwood Canyon resort attracts people who think paying extra for fewer crowds makes financial sense. The village base feels like a postcard version of a Swiss resort. Luxury hotel facades, heated plazas, and snowy promenades, all meticulously curated by people who seem to think authentic alpine culture means piping Mozart over the outdoor speakers while valets whisk away your skis. For you, St. Bernard's restaurant offers fine dining in a setting that's trying very hard to feel authentic and cozy, while Stonehouse Pizzeria serves wood-fired pizza at prices that reflect the cost of importing Italian authenticity to Utah. The Roundhouse at Mid-Mountain provides Himalayan-inspired cuisine for skiers who think their mountain experience should include cultural fusion dining. The yurt offers a unique dining experience that requires snowshoeing to reach, creating the ultimate combination of adventure and overpriced food. Honeycomb Grill serves upscale casual dining for people who want to feel sophisticated about their ski lunch choices. The resort's smaller size creates an intimate atmosphere that some people love and others find limiting. Solitude is perfect if you want to pay resort prices for a local mountain experience, posted one skier. The crowds are smaller, but so is everything else. You're paying premium prices for the absence of amenities rather than their presence. The skiing is solid and the crowds are manageable, and there is even a quick trail that connects to Brighton if you have a 2-mountain pass, but you're essentially paying extra for what other resorts provide for free, space to ski without fighting for it. Snowbasin leverages its 2002 Olympic history to justify prices that would make Olympic sponsors wince. This Ogden Valley resort attracts skiers who think paying extra for Olympic pedigree makes them faster on the slopes. The Earl's Lodge at the base provides cafeteria-style dining in a setting that's trying to feel more upscale than it actually is. The Needles Lodge at the top of the gondola offers fine dining with spectacular views for people who think their ski experience should include multiple course meals at altitude. The Olympic legacy creates an atmosphere of manufactured prestige that some people find inspiring and others find pretentious. The terrain is varied and well-maintained, but you're paying extra for the privilege of skiing where Olympic athletes once competed. John Paul Lodge at Mid-Mountain serves gourmet sandwiches and soups for people who think their ski lunch should cost more than dinner at most restaurants. The strawberry patio provides outdoor dining with mountain views for people who can afford to sit still long enough to enjoy them. Snow Basin is beautiful and well run, but they charge Olympic prices for recreational skiing, observed one local. The mountain is great, but you're paying extra for history that doesn't make the snow any deeper or the runs any more fun. The resort offers excellent skiing with minimal crowds, but the Olympic premium feels like paying extra for a certificate of authenticity that doesn't improve the actual experience. Brighton sits at the opposite end of the Utah ski spectrum from Deer Valley's White Glove Fantasy. This is the locals' hill, where snowboarders outnumber pressed slacks, and half the parking lot is held together by bumper stickers and duct tape. No golf course subdivisions, no ski valets, just the raw, scruffy energy of University of Utah students, after-work locals, and Wasatch Mountain diehards mixing it up in the lift lines. Sure, there's a parking fee now, but most of Brighton's regulars are more annoyed by the day someone tried to enforce a no grilling rule in the lot. You'll catch big air in the terrain parks, eat surprisingly good carnitas at the Millie Chalet, and watch teenagers lap night runs until the lights flicker off, because Brighton's one of the rare spots where night skiing is an actual thing, not just an afterthought. Yes, the amenities are basic, and the après scene is more tallboy than champagne, but that's the point. Brighton is still the place for riders who measure a day on snow by the number of runs, not how many zeros are on the real estate listings. It's come as you are, ski as you are. Just keep an eye out for the local Groms who will absolutely outpark you. And remember, here, a lodge is a place to warm up, not a status symbol. Hit subscribe because the next 5 resorts prove that even Utah's affordable mountains have figured out how to separate you from your money with surgical precision. Sundance is Robert Redford's mountain in every sense, an eco-obsessed ski retreat where each cabin looks custom-built for a Sundance film's final scene, and where authenticity is as carefully curated as the gift shop jewelry. The resort's size isn't impressive, but that's the point. It draws a crowd more interested in sipping Syrah at the Owl Bar and discussing indie film premieres than racking up 1,000 vertical foot laps. Dining here means the Tree Room, where Native American art watches over your elk tenderloin, and entrees are priced for patrons who might also be bidding on art at Sundance auctions. The Owl Bar hosts ski philosophers and actor lookalikes in a rustic saloon that's a faithful reproduction of a bygone West, at least the West according to set designers. Environmental sustainability is everywhere from the straws to the spirits, and guests pay as much for the resort's earnest green values and arty snow globes as for the skiing itself. The terrain is well kept, the ambiance unmistakably Redford, and the iconic film festival connection lends cultural cachet that means every après conversation feels like a pitch meeting. The mountain won't ever win a size contest, but for some, dropping a little extra for land stewardship and artistic vibes is the definition of value. For others, it's a lovely place to spend a paycheck and a powder day, especially if you want your Instagram geotagged with film festival prestige. Powder Mountain operates 2 different businesses, a public ski area and a private club that requires buying real estate to access the best terrain. This creates a unique situation where you can ski the mountain or buy the mountain, but you can't afford both. The public side offers legitimate skiing with minimal crowds, but the private side taunts you with additional terrain that's only accessible to people wealthy enough to own homes on the mountain. It's like having a ski resort with a VIP section that costs millions to access. The base facilities are basic compared to destination resorts, but the terrain is extensive and the crowds are manageable. The problem is knowing that better skiing exists just beyond your financial reach, creating a constant reminder that money buys access to experiences you can't afford. Cat skiing provides additional terrain for people willing to pay extra for ungroomed snow and the privilege of riding in a vehicle that costs more than most people's cars. The resort attracts powder seekers who appreciate the terrain but resent the exclusivity. Powder Mountain is frustrating because it's a great mountain that's been turned into a real estate development, posted one skier. The public skiing is good, but you're constantly reminded that the best stuff is reserved for people who can afford to buy houses there. The skiing is excellent and the crowds are minimal, but but the private club model creates an atmosphere of artificial scarcity that feels more like exclusion than exclusivity. Nordic Valley proves that affordable skiing still exists in Utah, offering legitimate mountain experiences without requiring trust fund support. This Eden resort attracts families and locals who appreciate value over prestige. The Base Lodge feels like a community ski area rather than a destination resort, with cafeteria-style dining and prices that reflect actual food costs rather than resort markup. The atmosphere is relaxed and welcoming, without the pretension that characterizes more expensive mountains. The terrain is varied enough to keep most skiers happy, with beginner slopes, intermediate cruisers, and advanced runs that provide legitimate challenges. The resort offers night skiing and terrain parks that cater to local skiers rather than destination tourists. Tubing and other family activities create a complete winter recreation experience that doesn't require premium pricing. The resort attracts people who prioritize skiing over status and value over prestige. Nordic Valley is what skiing used to be like everywhere, explained one regular. It's about having fun on the mountain rather than showing off how much you can afford to spend. The skiing is good, the prices are reasonable, and nobody cares what you're wearing. The resort works for families, locals, and anyone who thinks skiing should be accessible rather than exclusive. It's not fancy, but it's honest about what you're getting for your money. Cherry Peak operates as a community ski area that happens to offer excellent skiing, proving that you don't need destination resort amenities to have a great day on the mountain. This Richmond resort attracts locals who appreciate authentic mountain experiences over manufactured luxury. The Base Lodge feels like a local hangout rather than a tourist destination, with reasonable prices and an atmosphere that welcomes regulars and newcomers equally. The terrain offers something for everyone, without the crowds that plague more famous mountains. Night skiing extends the ski day for people who work regular jobs and can't afford to take weekdays off to ski. The resort's smaller size creates a community atmosphere where staff know regular customers, and skiing feels like a local activity rather than a tourist experience. The terrain parks cater to local riders who appreciate well-maintained features, without destination resort pricing. Tubing and other activities provide family entertainment that doesn't require premium budgets. Cherry Peak is where real skiers go to actually ski, posted one regular. No pretension, no overpriced food, no attitude, just good skiing at prices that working people can afford. It's what every ski area should be like. The resort attracts people who prioritize skiing over status and community over exclusivity. It's not glamorous, but it delivers authentic mountain experiences at prices that make sense. Beaver Mountain delivers everything expensive ski resorts promise at prices that won't require selling organs on the black market. This Logan Canyon resort proves that excellent skiing doesn't require premium pricing or manufactured luxury. The Base Lodge feels like a community center that happens to be at the bottom of a ski mountain, with cafeteria-style dining and prices that reflect actual costs rather than resort markup. The atmosphere is welcoming and unpretentious, attracting families and serious skiers who appreciate value over prestige. The terrain offers legitimate challenges and varied skiing without the crowds that plague destination resorts. The resort's family ownership creates a personal touch that corporate mountains can't replicate, with staff who care about the skiing experience rather than just the bottom line. Night skiing, terrain parks, and family activities provide a complete mountain experience without premium pricing. The resort attracts locals, families, and anyone who thinks skiing should be accessible rather than exclusive. Beaver Mountain is what skiing was supposed to be, explained one longtime skier. Good snow, good terrain, good people, and prices that don't require a second mortgage. It's not fancy, but it's everything you actually need for a great day of skiing. The resort works for anyone who prioritizes skiing over status and values authentic mountain experiences over manufactured luxury. It's the best value in Utah skiing, proving that you don't need to pay premium prices for premium experiences. Utah's ski scene is split between mountains that care about the sport and mountains that care about the spreadsheet. Sure, Deer Valley and Alta are world-class if you can pay world-class prices, but the best value is still found at places like Beaver Mountain and Cherry Peak, where the powder is deep and the attitude is casual. What's more important, having a luxury logo on your lift ticket or actually being able to ski as much as you want? Let us know in the comments. And if this helped you see past Utah's ski resort hype, hit subscribe for more brutally honest guides to overpriced mountain towns.